Good morning from California. So, we are continuing our discussions on discoveringyourcosmicself.com, and the book that they are drawn from are You Are the Universe, which all of you have been supporting. It's been on the New York Times bestseller list. Thank you. So, the discussions are right here every day on this URL that you see, discoveringyourcosmicself.com. Today's question is from Richa, Richa. And Richa asks, how does one experience being the universe in a day-to-day routine practically? How can being the universe help us to maintain good health and well-being? Well, first of all, these are two different questions, so I will try and answer them in turn. How does one experience being the universe in a day-to-day routine practically? Well, on a day-to-day basis, you are actually experiencing the universe in your own awareness. Right this moment, where are you experiencing that which you call Deepak? Where is that experience happening? That experience is happening in your brain. And of course, you chose to have this experience, otherwise you wouldn't be watching this. So every day, the choices that we make, consciously and unconsciously, create our experience. And that experience is always in our awareness. But that experience is filtered through the conditioned mind. The conditioned mind is the separate mind that results as that is the result of all the influences we've had since the day we were born, and now we know even the influences we've had in the uterus, and also we know this epigenetically. But we also know that the conditioning goes back to our ancestors. So, a traumatic experience in a traumatic experience in your ancestors could result in a conditioned behavior now in you. There are many experiments to show this and how this is epigenetically carried, how memory of both pain and pleasure, trauma and everything else is actually carried or transferred epigenetically in us. So if you look around right now, wherever you are, everything that you experience is a result of your conditioned mind. So this is the problem. As a result of that conditioning, we go through what is called human suffering. We are afraid of getting old, we are afraid of infirmity, we are afraid of death, we cling to experience which cannot be held on to, we recoil from experience which is transient, we are afraid of impermanence, we identify with our conditioned self, which is the ego, and ultimately there is the fear of death as well. So all these are a result of false identity and conditioning, but it is the universe that you might say most of humanity, almost 99.99% of humanity experiences every day. And the conditioning goes way back to the traumas and influences and the tribes and the wars and the economic conditions and the poverty and the subjugation and the slavery and the conquest and the colonialism. The history of human suffering is imprinted and carried over epigenetically, influencing every perception we have, every thought we have, every emotion we have, and ultimately even influencing the experience of that which we call our body, our mind, and of course that which we call the universe, because the universe is an experience in consciousness, in awareness. So I think Richa has a deeper question. How do we experience being the universe in a day-to-day basis practically? And I think what Richa means, how do we go beyond this conditioning, experience the universe in its wholeness and its freedom? And here's one thing you can do to experience the universe in its wholeness and its freedom is to become a silent witness to all experience without judgment, without labels, without definitions, without evaluation. To just be a silent witness to your thoughts, to your sensory perceptions, whether they are sound, touch, sight, taste, or smell, to your body, a silent witness to the sensations of your body, a silent witness even to what's happening inside your body, what the yogic traditions call pratyahara, a silent witness to the web of relationship. The more we cultivate that experience of just being a silent witness to all there is in the present moment, the more we begin to wake up to the wholeness of the unconditioned mind. And then you can go a step further, you can become a witness to the witness. And when you become a witness to the witness, you are actually the whole mind in which the universe is arising and subsiding, and that includes your own conditioned body-mind. It just arises and subsides in the whole mind. And at that point, you realize that even that which we call the mind is a human construct for a mode of knowing, a mode of experiencing a thought. That which we call the human body is a human construct for a mode of knowing and experience of sensations and sense perceptions. And that which we call the universe is also a mode of knowing and experience of the same sensations and sense perceptions. And that it's all happening in you. That in fact you are the whole universe, the ground of being in which the whole universe is arising and subsiding. And you can enjoy it. You can be fully engaged in it, but at the same time you are not bound by it. To be fully engaged and not being bound by it is ultimate freedom, because in that awareness there is no birth or death. Birth and death is only happening to experience, not to you. Awareness is the fundamental ground of existence, and awareness is not in time, so you are free of the tyranny of time. Time is just the movement of thought in your own awareness, which divides you, the observer, from the rest, the observed. Divides the seer from the scenery. But freedom is knowing that you're both the seer and the scenery and the mode of seeing. And in that wholeness there is complete freedom. So I hope this makes some sense to you. The second part of the question is from Richa: how can being the universe help us maintain good health and well-being? The key is right in your last word, well-being. Your being is already well. Your being needs no help. Being is the awareness that is self-regulating, self-organizing, self-evolving. And it's in its essential state, it is pure love, because at the level of being, seer and scenery are one. Lover and beloved are one. Observer and observed are one. You and the universe are one, so it is already a state of well-being. Now, as we move out of being into other modes of knowing. So what are other modes of knowing? Other modes of knowing are feeling. And as we've said before, the highest level of feeling is love, joy, compassion, empathy, equanimity, loss of fear. And then we move to thinking, and the highest level of thinking is self-reflection. Who am I? What do I want? What's my purpose? And what am I grateful for? And how come that the universe exists all in me? Because I'm so small, but you're not. You're the unbounded awareness in which the body is also an experience, the mind is also an experience, the universe is also an experience. So from being, feeling, reflecting, speaking in a way that is economical, speaking in a way that is not hurtful, speaking in a way that brings joy in the listener, speaking in a way that helps create healing, and finally action. Action with love, action with detachment, pursuing excellence, ignoring success. So these different ways of being, feeling, thinking, speaking and doing are yoga. Raj Yoga, the royal yoga of reflection and meditation, Bhakti Yoga, the yoga of love and relationship, Gyan Yoga, the yoga of thought, speech, and Karma Yoga, the yoga of action. So when we are in that mode of being, feeling, thinking, speaking and doing, then we are holy and we are healed. We are holy and we are healed. And that is what it means to maintain good health. Health. The word health is the same as the word holy or wholeness, which is a return of the memory of wholeness, a return of the memory of who we really are. Okay, so that's it. This is today's conversation. Keep coming back to discoveringyourcosmicself.com. Engage in any topic from You Are the Universe or elsewhere, and we'll continue our conversation. Murad says, I am from Algeria. Nice to meet you, Murad, in Algeria. John says, hello from Sydney, Australia. Nice to meet you. John, Jennifer, Vanek, I'm grateful for these teachings. I'm grateful, Jennifer, Vanek, that you're joining. Carmen Gomez and 9 others just shared your video. Yes, Carmen Gomez and everybody else, do share this video with others if you think it'll help them, and invite them to join discoveringyourcosmicself.com. Wendy Burkhout says, hello from the Netherlands. Hi, Wendy. I've been to the Netherlands at least 100 times in the last 30 years. Jacob Lightness and 10 others just shared your video. I really appreciate this, Jacob Lightness, and the more we share this conversation with each other, the more we can all be in the process of healing, which is so desperately needed right now. Rahul Goyal says, Namaste Deepak Ji from India. Namaste Rahul Ji. Cindy Soto says, hi from Costa Rica. Hi, Cindy. And so many beautiful, loving messages coming from all over the world this morning, as they do every morning. And just by sharing these good wishes and this kind of goodwill with each other, we're all creating dopamine and oxytocin and all the wonderful holy chemicals in our body that bring about healing. Dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, opiates. What a great way to enjoy the world and enjoy everything that is happening. Panache Desai joined. Panache, big admirer of yours. And thank you for being here, Panache. And please join me in this conversation anytime, and come and be my guest on Facebook Live anytime. You're doing amazing things in the world. Okay, so final thoughts. Anything that you can name or describe is a mode of human knowing an experience, and that includes your mind, body, and the universe. In other words, you are its creator. There is no universe without you. There is no body without you. There is no mind without you. Body, mind, and universe are just words that describe excitations of consciousness within consciousness that ultimately create the experience of knower, knowing, and known, seer, seeing, and scenery, observer, observing, and that which is observed. That is what it really means to be the universe. Aham Brahmasmi, Tattvamasi, Sat Chit Anand. Aham Brahmasmi means I am the universe. Tattvamasi, you are that, all this is that, that alone is. And Sat Chit Anand, Sat, truth, Chit, the knowingness inherent, the element of knowing in awareness, and Anand, ultimate bliss, the peace that passes understanding. You are that, I am that, all this is that. Okay, so all the best, namaste, connect tomorrow, and keep participating in this conversation. You are the universe, discovering your cosmic self.com. Take care and have a wonderful day.